This is the regular meeting of the Mobile City Council, Tuesday, November 30th. Please stand for our invocation led by Pastor Tamika Farr, Restoration Deliverance Outreach Ministry, and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please, you present. Let's bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for waking us up this morning and starting on our way. We thank you for letting us see a brand new day, dear Heavenly Father. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for just being so good to us, dear Heavenly Father. We ask you, dear Heavenly Father, to please bless this meeting, please bless this city, this state, this world. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Council President Small.
Here.
Vice President Gregory.
Here.
Councilmember Penn.
Here.
Councilmember Carroll.
Here.
Councilmember Reynolds.
Here.
Councilmember Daves.
Here.
Councilmember Jones.
Here.
Statement of rules.
And good morning, everyone. And good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Boy, this is a good Giving Tuesday. We just came out of our Thanksgiving holidays, celebrating it on last Thursday, last Friday, Black Friday, Saturday, Small Business, Saturday, Monday, Cyber Monday, and today is Giving Tuesday. Someone asked the question, what is Giving Tuesday? And that's pretty much when you look to a nonprofit agency and pretty much give to them, you know, and that's something I'm planning on doing later on today and everything. But at this time, I ask if anyone has a cell phone or any other type of electronic device, please put it on the off or the vibrate position, at this time. Any person desiring to address the council must sign in indicating the resolution, the ordinance, appeal, or public hearing agenda item before entering the meeting. When addressing the council, the speaker must state his or her name and address. Any person desiring to speak to the council on a non-agenda item must contact the city clerk office no later than 2:00 p.m. on the Thursday prior to the council meeting. The subject that he or she wishes to address must be identified and pertain to the City of Mobile business. And a person who has not given proper notice to the city clerk office and wishes to speak on a non-agenda item would not be allowed to address the council. Each speaker is allowed 3 minutes to address the council. A bell will sound to indicate the end of 2 minutes. 1 minute remains for summarizing. The second bell indicates the time has expired. When addressing the council, there will be no personal address to any individual council members. All statements are to be made to the chair, who will recognize any council member who wishes to respond. Madam Clerk.
Approval of minutes of November 23rd.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Communications from the mayor.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's good to see everybody this morning. Appreciate you being here. And yesterday morning, bright and early, Councilman Carroll and I did a groundbreaking on Texas Street. I know the Texas Street residents who live between Broad Street and Ann Street will be very excited about this. That street, the best way to put it is the drainage under it has been in failure. There are gaping holes in the street with barricades around it. Has been that way for a number of years, and so there's a lot of excitement about the rebuild, which will take about 18 months to do, probably in the neighborhood of $6 million, $3.5 million being paid for by PAYGO, $2 million paid for by malls, and $500,000 being paid for by the city. Anyway, another great collaborative project with those three partners bringing money to the table. One thing that we're doing really for the first time, and it's a little bit different, is the outreach to those citizens that we will geotag around the Texas Street area to give them periodic updates, or so that they can get periodic updates of the progress that's going on and any disruptions that may be, temporary or imminent. We have they can email texasstreet@thecitymobile.org, and then we'll tell them how to set up a process to get those updates on an ongoing basis. So for those residents, you can email texasstreet@citymobile.org. Another item was that from a public safety standpoint, the Public Works Department is coordinating a project with ALDOT and Alabama Power Company to replace all the lights on our interstates going through the city. The first part of that will be on I-65 northbound from Highway 90 to US 45, and that starts on December 5th. Most of the work will be done in the evenings. There will be disruption, throughout, let's say, this project. And Jim, how many months? Yeah, about 120 days to complete that part of the project. Anyway, we're really excited about it. For those that paid attention to it, the lighting on our interstates could be much better than it is, and it's going to be much better once we complete this project. And I never cease to be amazed at what Parks and Rec come up with. This past weekend, they had a Iron Bowl block party for the first time. A huge screen, 27-foot long screen, downtown Mobile. Had a lot of people participating, and for those Alabama fans, it was a great party. For the others, I'm not so sure, but we appreciate everybody being there, and I really want to compliment the Parks and Rec on their creativity, and really it comes back to the things, what are we doing differently to make sure that Mobilians enjoy Mobile, and that's part of our 100-day plan, was to enjoy Mobile, and that's things we're doing to give them opportunities to improve the quality of life, being active out in the community. So thanks for Parks and Rec on doing that. This coming Saturday, we have two events coming up. One is that the Mobile Animal Services group, which used to be the animal shelter, they're hosting a Howlidays, Howliday, a Howlidays adoption event for the animals that are there that can be adopted this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that's at the animal shelter, which is at 855 Owen Street. And if you're interested in adopting a pet, please reach out to the Mobile Animal Services Facebook page. Then also this coming Saturday, there'll be a holiday bazaar at Cooper Riverside Park from 10 to 2. And really the holiday bazaar, what that is a festive market where local vendors will be selling their handmade, homegrown, or produced products. So anyway, look forward to people being able to go to Cooper Riverside Park between 10 and 2 for the holiday bazaar this Saturday. And Mr. President, that's all I have.
Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, Vice Chair.
Mayor, I was out there on Saturday, and I had taken my mom downtown for some brunch, and I just want you to know that the restaurants were packed. We finally got into Bob's, and they had a band playing, but just a lot of excitement going on downtown. It was great to see the restaurants doing a bang-up business. So kudos to Shonda and all your team.
Thank you.
Go ahead. And while I've got the microphone, I do want to introduce a young man who is in the audience from Faith Academy, John Mason. Why don't you stand up? He's in the very top up there. John is here, yeah. John is here like the students were last week on a school project, so he gets the opportunity to sit through one of our meetings and go back and tell his classmates what it was about and his experience with local government. And John even brought his dad with him. So good to see you here. Thank you for coming.
Adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. In the discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda is adopted.
Appeals, we have requests for a waiver of the noise ordinance on December 11th in the 2900 block of DIP and Gulfdale Drive, and on December 18th on South Georgia Avenue.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. In the discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Appeal passes.
Public hearings. Today is the public hearing to rezone property located at 4459 Government Boulevard, southeast corner of Government Boulevard and Demetropolis Road, from B2 to B3.
This is the public hearing for 4459 Government Boulevard. If anyone here present would like to address the council, you may do so at this time. State your name and your address. If not, this public hearing is closed.
Public hearing to declare the structure at 657 Donald Street a public nuisance and order it demolished.
And this open up the public hearing for this particular property. If anyone here to address the council on this particular one, you may do so at this time. If not, this public hearing is closed.
Public hearing to declare the structure at 1000 South Washington Avenue a public nuisance and order it demolished.
This open up the public hearing for this particular property. If anyone present to address the council, you may do so at this time. If not, this public hearing is closed.
Presentation of petitions and other communications to the council. Reggie Hill regarding resolutions 01-1046 and 1047, 08-1048, 23-1057, and 08-1062.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. Citizens and stakeholders of Mobile, good morning. Reggie Hill, 1007 Center Street. I tried to introduce these items last week and there was no response, so maybe there was something that just wasn't known, or the information was still developing, or there was some other matter at hand that prevented anyone from giving any answers to those questions. But as was mentioned earlier, since this is Giving Tuesday, maybe we can get some answers towards this. 011046, just for those citizens and members of the public who are unaware about the TIF and particularly the district streetscape improvements. Now, in the past, Councilman Williams would just send me these contracts if I had any questions about what this was, and there was an inability to present or respond to the presentation here. So maybe someone would be willing to do that, because with it being a $1 million project, we just like to know how this is going to be dispersed throughout the varying districts of the city, or if it's just one particular area. In regards to 011047, there's a lot going on in this area. And as mentioned before, like with the Texas Street project, where there were multiple entities that came in and contributed to the fruition of that matter, we are seeing the same type of procedure taking place with Africatown project. So the citizens would just like to know who we can go to understand who is leading what portions of this project and who has what responsibilities as it pertains to the initiatives that are taking place in this area. Regarding 08-1048, I asked about this because this is related to an inventory list, and I felt that if citizens knew which vehicles and equipment were being occupied or utilized, which is being used or which is being put into maybe another category of specificity, maybe we could then know what is being utilized for the fueling. And I asked that because the last item that I wanted to address today, which is the 081062, is yet another agenda item requesting fuel. So it's like now we have back to back where we're seeing these type of resources being utilized, but we have no idea of where it's going. So if somebody could answer those questions for me, it'd be very appreciative, and maybe we can get an explanation as to why those are being separated as agenda items as opposed to being one lump item, seeing that it's basically the same project. So if anybody's willing to answer, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Mr. Hill, with 1046, with the $1 million that you asked about, is pretty much the administration is having this contract go out to Volker to help them move along with the TIP project, with the city that's been understaffed as currently as it is right now. It's more easier, beneficial for the administration, the city, to go out and hire someone to help us with the TIF. It's 1047. Currently, Visit Mobile, you know, the executive, he work on that daily, along with, you know, a couple of people from the administration, and also Masiria Ludgood working daily on that project and everything, and looking for more things to come in the future. And as far as your fuel question, if the administration would like to answer it, they can do so at this time.
Thank you, sir.
Ordinance is held over. 64039. Ordinance to rezone property located at 162 and 186 East Drive from R1 to R2.
So moved.
Second?
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item passes.
64040. Ordinance to rezone property located at the south terminus of Bowden Road from R1 to I1.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Agenda item pass.
Consent resolutions held over. 4986, declare the structure at 1162 Congress Street a public nuisance and order it demolished.
Motion to table.
Second?
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion?
Mr. President, yes.
Mr. Carroll?
The motion to table for this property comes as a result of me asking that the resolution be rewritten so that we can add a clause to where we do a selective demolition to the rear of the property and secure the property and clean up the property. And after that's done, have the city in a position to force lien on the property. There's been no action by the tax holder of the property, nor the original owners of the property. So now the city is in a position to where we can actually save the property with a program that we have, because the property, the house itself isn't to a place where it should actually be demoed, only the rear section of it. So this is a prime example how the city can use its resource with the available legislation it has, along with the land bank, the NRP program, and have this as a viable property on our roads. I know you've heard and seen the news where the administration is trying to do 1,000 houses in a certain amount of time. This could certainly be part of them with the program that we have.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Items tabled.
Resolutions held over. If there are no objections, I will take all of these together. 01-1046, authorized master service agreement with Volker for TIF District Streetscape Improvements Project. 01-1047, authorized intergovernmental agreement with Mobile County Commission for planning and design of Africatown Welcome Center. 08-1048 and 1049 are approving purchase orders for fuel for various locations and to consolidated electrical distributors for polymer concrete boxes and covers for electrical department. 21-1050, authorized contract amendment number 5 with Neil Schaefer for engineering services for McGregor Avenue widening. 23-1051, accept deed for 3 Mile Creek Hydrological Restoration Project. 47-1052, vacate streets within the Carondelet apartment complex. 60-1053, 1054, and 1055 are approving settlement agreement and release of claims.
Somebody?
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion?
Yeah, Mr. President, one more time, I just want to add a little bit of clarity to 011046. That's the master service agreement with Volker for the TIF with the streetscapes. The total project it encompasses multiple projects within the TIF. Or within the streetscape project. There's $1 million set aside to do the design phase of it, but not all of it will cost, each portion won't cost $1 million. Right now, I don't even know if they're gonna use every bit of the $1 million, but that's what's set there. There are multiple projects, one being 250, another maybe 100, and going that way in designing the streetscapes, if that provides clarity to the lump sum right there. So, I mean, it's a great project. Thank you to Elizabeth and Fred of sending over the entire package. I had a chance to read it over the Thanksgiving break. It's a good plan for us to move forward with downtown.
Mr. President.
Ms. Gregory.
Just as a follow-up as well, this is a tax increment financing program, so it is specific to the area where these fees are paid. So no, it is not citywide. It is only for the area where these fees are paid into, so they benefit from the fees that they pay.
That's right.
Any other council members? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Items passes.
Ordinance is being introduced, 64041.
This is first read on these, so it will be laid over for 1 week. Or this one.
Consent resolutions being introduced, 371058 through 031066.
Move to waive the rules in order to consider Resolution 37-1058 through 03-1066.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
There are no objections. I'll take all of these together. 371058, recommend approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a lounge retail liquor Class 2 license for Cynthia's Package Store on Moffett Road. 401060, declare the structure at 657 Donald Street a public nuisance and order it demolished. 371059, recommend approval to the ABC Board for issuance of a retail beer, table wine on off-premise license for Nova Espresso on St. Anthony Street. 401061, declare the structure at 1000, formerly known as 1005 South Washington Avenue, a public nuisance and order it demolished. 031065 and 1066 are reappointing John Browning to the Mobile Library Board and John Peavy to the Mobile Tennis Center Advisory Board.
So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Item passes.
Resolutions being introduced for the first time, 081062 through 231067.
By council rules, these resolutions will be laid over for 1 week.
Announcements.
Well, Mr. Daves.
No announcements.
Hold up. I have a statement. You've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks, about having council meetings less than 30 minutes.
Well, it depends on how long the announcements go, Mr. President.
Today is one of those days.
Very good. I commend you, Mr. President.
Ms. Carroll.
Thank you, Mr. President. I know that we scheduled the Administrative Services Committee meeting to happen immediately after council meeting, but however, since it's 11 o'clock, we have room, if possible, to fit Mobile United in before the Administrative Services Committee meeting. That gives the last stadium board of directors and also its managing group a chance to get here by 12 o'clock. If that's possible. Also, the mayor already mentioned Texas Street and revitalization and restoration of the street. That's a great venture. Great to see that happen. Don't have very much going on right now, but I want to continue to ask girls to sign up for Mobile Parks and Recreation. I hear that we're getting, we got 2 more teams. We have 2 more weeks to register for the girls' teams, which is great. There are a lot of girls in the city that love sports. Would love to have you come out. And again, if you don't have a coach for your particular park, please come and sign up at Texas Street, and I will be glad to be your coach at Texas Street. I grew up in that park. It's tremendous to our neighborhood. It was built, I believe, right after Hurricane Frederick, somewhere around 1980, and it's a tremendous part of our basketball culture here in Mobile. That's all I have today, Mr. President. Look forward to the Administrative Services Committee today, immediately following the Mobile United presentation, if that's possible.
Okay. Councilman Jones.
Yeah, I just wanted to introduce a gentleman in this meeting, Derico Davis. Stand up. Derico was a student of mine at Murphy, and he graduated, went into the Air Force, and has come back in the Guard, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in reserves. He is currently working in the fast food industry and would be a brilliant mind if anybody's looking for an intern. He has wanted to become involved in the city. You'll see him here often, and is a great, bright future for the city.
Councilman Reynolds.
No announcements.
Okay. Councilmember Penn?
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, I would like to encourage anybody, all the young ladies, to go sign up so I could beat Mr. Carroll, Councilman Carroll. We already have 2 teams, so we're ready. Also, I would like to invite you out to Miss Fortune Walking Trail. Ribbon cutting. It will be December the 1st, Wednesday at 4:15 p.m. at the Michael Figures Park and Community Center. So please come out and be a part of this celebration. As well as on December the 8th, we will have our Christmas celebration at Kiwanis Boys and Girls Club for District 1. It will start at 6 p.m. Again, hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving and have a great week.
Vice President Gregory?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a reminder about the annual Christmas meeting for District 7 coming up next Tuesday, December 7th at the Mobile Museum of Art, 6 o'clock p.m. And then also on December 14th, we will hold a Public Safety Committee meeting here at Government Plaza. It will follow an executive session. We'll be talking traffic calming and traffic issues and what the process is. That's it.
And greetings to the citizens of District 3. Please mark your calendars. Postcards are going out. But for December the 11th, we're having a day in District 3 on DIP, starting with Revitalize DIP Fall Festival, which will be held again on Saturday, December 11th. It's going to be from 10 a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. This will be held near the Goughdale subdivision between Food Champs and Walgreens, inviting all the citizens of District 3 and Mobile to please come out. We will have plenty of arts and crafts, baked goods, even you having ice cream, Coca-Cola will provide drinks, and also there will be a car show. We will also have food trucks by Bama Bob's Barbecue and others. And again, this will be on Saturday, December 11th from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m., which will be followed by our parades of threes. We have many schools and many neighborhood organizations that will be participating in our 6th annual parade, which will be leaving from BC Ring High School and disbanding at Pillins Middle School at 2 o'clock p.m. Again, all of this would take place on Saturday, December the 11th on DIP. And also, citizens of District 3, we will have our community holiday celebration at Pillins Middle School, which will be on December the 14th at 6 o'clock p.m. We have several schools that are going to come and sing Christmas carols, and also there will be plenty of food, fun, and games. And again, this would take place at the Pillins Middle School on Old Military Road at 6 o'clock p.m. on Tuesday, December the 14th. Okay. Anything else from the council? Anything from administration, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that yesterday at Texas Street, both Councilman Carroll and I both paid tribute to Councilman Levon Manzi, who was probably his last public event was at the corner of Texas Street and Broad Street, announcing the forthcoming groundbreaking that was going to occur. And in talking with his mother Monday, well, I guess it was Friday, she wanted to make sure that I understood and that everybody understood that the rebuilding of Texas Street was one of the most important things that he thought could be done in his district. And so I just wanted to share that with you.
Also, Mr. Mayor, would you like to talk about the Mobile made the news in the courts about being televised, the court system?
Yes, so I may need a little help here, and Director Barber's not with us, but you know, in the municipal court system, we've installed a virtual courtroom, and matter of fact, in all 3 of our courtrooms, and it made not only national news, but international news over the Thanksgiving holidays. We had a preview of how it works. It's amazing. I'm not, let's say, let's say savvy when it comes to understanding the court proceedings, but the way I understood it is that as documents today in the real world, they pass back and forth from the defense attorney to the prosecuting attorney to the judge and all. Well, all of that now is virtual. They can all look at the same document. One of them can mark on it, and they all 3 see what's being marked. But another thing that's very important, I think, from the policing standpoint to our community is that now, instead of our policemen who are called to go to municipal court to testify in a case, they many times show up and somebody else does not show up, or the judge postpones the case, so the policeman could have been there for 1 to 3 or 4 hours waiting and be dismissed to have to come back another time. Well, now he can weigh in on his cell phone, his iPad, or the computer in his car, pull off the side of the road, and he can participate in the court proceeding. And also witnesses, my understanding is they can do the same. So it's revolutionary. It's the first of its kind that we know about. We are trying to see if we can't do the same thing or help the county with the same kind of process and procedure with using this technology in the circuit court system. So anyway, another first for the city of Mobile, and thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. Congratulations and thanks.
Yep.
Okay. Anyone else? Mr. Daves?
Move to adjourn?
No. Oh, Ms. Lam. Oh. Okay, yes, and then we'd like to remind everyone that tomorrow is the deadline for receiving resumes for part-time municipal judges. And again, any question that you may have, you may contact our city clerk office at 251-208-7441. Okay. What's that? Okay.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second in the discussion. Mr. Days? No, Mr. Days, I think we did 30 minutes and we started.
You need a pay raise, Mr.
Okay,
President.
nah, I'm good. All in favor? Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned.
Very good.